Hello, everybody, and just here, and welcome to another episode of Tsuki to Laika to Nosferatu Communist Vampires in Space. Basically, well, single vampire, but I guess we can generally call it vampires in space. In the last episode, not much happened, really. We just established what the series is about. We established our characters, Lev Leps, and what was her name? What was the name of the vampire? Irina? Something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, and we just know that not Soviet Russia is gonna use vampires in the space program. Not much beyond that. So I hope in this episode we actually get into some some actual action, some actual story. We will actually cover something besides just establishing the baseline. And there's nothing much more to say about the previous episode. Um, One thing I have to say is that I noticed that Tsuki to Nosferatu is a Monday show for me, not a Tuesday show. And yet I'm releasing it on Tuesdays because I thought it's coming out on Tuesdays. But I think I will keep releasing it on Tuesdays because that gives me time to prepare it on Monday so that YouTube can process it because the processing takes a lot of time for some reason, especially the HD version, and have it released for you guys on Tuesday. I think that's how I'm gonna do it from now on, especially since I noticed that Takt of Destiny is a Tuesday show, not a Wednesday show. So again, I can record it on Tuesday and release it on Wednesday. And I think that's how I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna essentially shift my recording one day back, and the releases will be as they are, essentially. Okay, so maybe let's not stall this any further. I'm gonna turn on the subs. It is yet again subs, please. They always have the most seats, and they are always the fastest. I I'm guessing they are the modern version of horrible subs. After horrible subs went down. Yeah, if there's any better sub version, any better encoding or whatever, do let me know, and I will consider switching. But right now we have what we have. Episode 2 of Tsuki to Laika to Nosferatu, starting in 3, 2, 1, now. Bandai Visual. Bit louder, please. Lev Leps, one of them. Yeah, training against the G-Force, training paradropping. I mean, she's a vampire, so she probably will. They're known to be generally more resilient than humans. Irina, I was correct. It's iced coffee, by the way, if you were wondering. And we're getting the OP. Kind of a pity that nowadays you have to wait for fan subs to come out to get the OP and ED lyrics. I remember when I was only watching fan subs, and because there was nothing but fan subs. and having the lyrics was always cool. Nowadays, people just rip it from Netlify, from Netflix. They rip it from Crunchyroll, Funimation, or wherever else, and those companies don't care. They just slap whatever subtitles they have onto the bottom of the screen. They put no care into it. So that's what we have. I would perhaps consider waiting for the season to complete and then starting on the shows of the past season with some better subs and better encoding and whatnot. But I'm just starting out in the genre, so I need the clicks from people desperate to find the episode for free on YouTube, being directed to reactions instead. It's bound to get cut on to like training equipment and stuff. Classic. That's a nice shot. Nice angle. Nah, she has more endurance than you do. Yeah, vampire abilities. Well, yes. She is in fact a vampire. That's an astute observation. Is it the art style of this show, or is there something borked with the encoding? Were their faces always this wide? Measurements time. No, nothing's wrong with the settings of the player. I guess that's just the art style, or the encoding got borked. Okay, we're doing that bit. We're learning about food now. Getting used to space food. Are we getting some mouth shots again, like in the first episode? Hmm, okay. That kinda puts that shot into a new perspective. Because they can also suck blood, I'm guessing. Okay, so there is some vampire society, I'm guessing, that establishes all the rules. Okay. She hates humans. Establishing that yet again. Yeah, makes sense. What? Milk is a substitute for blood? What? What? Coconut water is close to human plasma, that much I know, but milk being a substitute for blood? Yeah, kinky. A collar, a muzzle? Damn. It's not a cross, but I guess he does have the weird triangle. Oh, nice to see those lamps. I love them. I actually do. I was hoping to make a clock out of them because it's super cool, but they aren't the cheapest. And I also need to grab like an Arduino or something, and those aren't especially cheap either. Okay, so it's basically a sauna. Is this time? I think it's time. Counting down. 3, 2, 1, done. And now we're spinning. G-force training. Yeah. What's that? What was that quality? I could see the pixels. 11 minutes, what was that? Was that an encoding issue, or did this really happen? I'll have to look at it later. We're going well past 11. Guess it was the second spin of the dial. Do it! I mean, he invited you. Ooh. That's some serious chafing if it got through the suit. Swimming to train your body in lowered gravity. Ah, she wants to get into the meat of it. You get one shot. You get placed into a rocket, it lifts up, and you go and hope for the best. You're on a set course. I mean, your entire capsule could be dropped on a parachute. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that creates a lot of possible vectors for failure. It would be best to just land the capsule itself with a parachute, like they're doing it now. They don't actually jump out of the capsule. The entire capsule lands on water, possibly, with parachutes. Okay, jumping from a tower. 11 meters is low for a parachute. Can it even open? Or are they not doing that with parachutes yet? Okay, not an actual parachute. Just zip lining. Okay, we're getting some chibi art style. That's cute. No, we're not. Taste of soda water. Is this a manga? Because it feels like each section here is its own chapter or something, with its own title and all. I don't rightly know if it's anime original or is it. Carbonated water texture station. I need to buy myself a soda stream. Yeah, you don't chug carbonated drinks. Oh, so that's the shot I'm using in the thumbnail. You good to know. Fear of heights. Carbonated water with a slice of lemon. Single fang. Okay, so we're getting for the cute angle. I was wondering about what angle will this anime take, but it seems like we're going fairly light-hearted. Yeah, I'm curious. Okay. Great respects to Laika. And there is a precedent for him hitting a superior officer. So that explains the comment of that scientist. Who are you? You're a woman. That much I can tell by your eyes. But who are you? Okay, so I can see the subs. Well, not the subs, the credits being cut off on the right and on the left of my screen. So it is some weird issue with the player? Is it like ultra wide or something? Doesn't explain the perceived horizontal distortion, or what I thought is horizontal distortion. Something's fucky with the encoding of this episode. God damn. Let me check real quick the dimensions. Show me the dimensions of this file. Supposedly it is just regular 1080p. Doesn't seem that way though. Motherfucker. What did I just click? I closed my browser. Great. Can I reopen it? Can I reopen it, please? I had a lot of tabs there. I had 78 tabs. Uh, Maybe like this? And I think the window has been restored. Is it? Maybe. Okay, regardless of the issues, that was Tsuki the Laika to Nosferatu, episode 2. So let's switch into this view and go through it. Okay, is that gonna work? Yeah, that's gonna work. It is stretched, right? Like, you can see that in this view, you can see a lot more, and in this view, which is supposedly 1080p, the left and the right side is cut off. So what the fuck? Okay, I'm not gonna fuck around with it. I don't think I've lost much by missing some pixels on the left and on the right. Just the faces are stretched for some reason. I'll have to look for better encoding than subs, please, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start using different rip. Okay, regardless. Because what's playing? Why are you playing? Today is not my day, apparently. Cosmonaut training. Will she go through the training? She will. Oh, that's the OP. Okay. Yeah, that's the OP, 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 OP. You have to take off the pendant. Uh, Looks like a diamond or a sapphire, maybe. An amethyst? No, amethysts are purple, I think. It clearly has some sentimental or otherwise value to her. but not so much that she would be inseparable from it, because she immediately agreed to leave it in her room, in her cell, and go on without it. And the training, starting by running, and that's a nice angle, very very dynamic, that stretch, and then she launches, and we're getting debris, we're getting some smear frames, and an immediate jump from here to here to here. And I think bits and pieces here are animated on ones. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, they're not. It's on twos. And she blasts off. It's another race. But she's competitive. She cannot lose to a human because she hates all humans. And then we're getting this weird scene. Yeah, things go blue, her eyes light up, and he's scared and sees her as this more of a monstrous being. I wonder if it's something that Irina consciously does, or is it just something that all vampires do subconsciously? Or is it just human instinct kicking in? Vampire running behind him. Yeah, there's a vampire running behind him, so adrenaline kicks in, as we can see from, I guess that shot was supposed to illustrate adrenaline kicking in, his blood vessels getting filled with blood, or maybe synapses in his. Although no, synapses are usually represented in a different way than that. I wonder if that's. Huh. I think it's something Irina does subconsciously, or it's human instinct kicking in. And yet, he won. Yeah, no sub. I'll have to switch away from subs, please. It seems. Measurements, physical exam. He doesn't want to go out, of course. Measurements, oh, so wide and smooth, don't touch you, Kia. The standard, let's make the sounds sound incredibly lewd and leave everything else in people's imagination. Space food. We learn that vampires don't have palates. That's a cool shot. This milk bottle creates a divide between them. I don't want to overanalyze it, but it's curious how the split of the screen isn't equal. How Irina's part is smaller and Lev's is bigger. I want to say uh that's to give Lev enough space to like move his hand out, right? Because his entire character like takes this amount of space, right? And Irina's character takes less space because she doesn't have the extended hand. So they split the screen proportionally to how much on-screen space each character takes. I think that's the actual explanation. I don't want to look deeper into that. And here we know that vampires on their 10th birthday have to drink blood. Yeah, animal blood, but blood nonetheless. And that other than that, they don't really do it. They don't really drink blood. They've abandoned it for some reason or another. We also learn that there exists, or at least existed, a vampire society clearly with different layers, different castes, I guess. We have rulers on the thrones. We get some priests. Now, what's interesting to me, this dude on the middle throne wears black. To his right, there's someone wearing red, and to his left, or her left, there's an empty throne. Could that throne be Irina's? Is Irina a vampire princess of some sort? I think that might be the case. I think Irina might be a vampire princess. Yeah, blood is delicious. Your body feels warm and fills you with strength. She doesn't drink human blood because she hates humans. I don't get the cursed species either, and we have an explanation that it's just human nonsense. Humans are scared of the unknown, and they often label the unknown as evil. That's why humans are scared of the night, for example, of darkness. You don't know what sits in the darkness, so you are instinctively scared of it. It to a lesser or a higher degree, but you are. It's human instinct. Humans do not understand vampires. That's why they're scared of them. They think of them as monsters, and so on and so forth. And of course, they also make for a scapegoat for a plague that we are learning about. Milk is a substitute for blood. That bit I don't quite understand. Teats are made from blood? Yeah, huh? Milk is a substitute for blood. Is there reference to something? To some myth? Or some story or something like that that I'm not aware of? Perhaps, because it sounds weird. As I mentioned, I know that coconut water, coconut milk, can be a substitute for human plasma. I think coconut water is actually sometimes being used in lieu of plasma, but milk being a substitute for blood, it's weird. Not gonna lie. Hot room. Uh, and we're meeting this scientist dude who really doesn't like Irina, who really doesn't like vampires. It's gonna be a problem. I can already tell that he is very much gonna be a problem. Question is, how will we deal with him? Either Lev will actually like punch him unconscious eventually, because we know that there is a precedent for that, or he'll fuck up massively for some reason, endangering the entire project and will be removed. Or Irina will save him in some situation and he will come around. It's too early to tell how it will go. It can go all sorts of ways, or he will just be a persistent antagonist throughout the series. You have to you have to wear this bondage gear. Okay, collar, no collar. Do we see her again soon after? Not here. Do we see her again? Can't see the collar. No collar, no muzzle. And we're getting heated up. And we're getting some cute moments. Now we again have the collar. Hmm. Yeah, tighten the straps and give her a lot of G's. And here we're getting this line. Don't like how I do things? Well then hit me, isn't that what you do? And he's tempted. Because as we later learn, there's a precedent for him hitting his superior officers. Not without reason, I'm assuming. And that's pretty fucking bad chafing. If blood seeped through fairly thick uh, suit, yeah, it's some serious chafing. Low G training underwater. Astronauts, actually, even nowadays, they train underwater. There are special, very deep pools, and they put equipment there and jump in their suits and try to move in lower gravity. So that checks out that they would be on a pool. And I see Lev is a man of culture, what can I say? Yeah, you don't fly the ship, and she's very disappointed by it. Because I'm assuming she was hoping that they're gonna jump into a rocket regularly, like once a week or once a month or so, and they're gonna take a test flight. That's not how it works. They just strap you into a rocket, light the fuse, and off you go. And maybe you will come back. Parachute landing, yep. Now, this sounds very contrived to me. You do some uh, retrograde burning first, then you drop off the capsule, then you eject the seat from the capsule, the seat falls on a parachute, then you eject from the seat and fall on your own parachute. Has there actually been a precedent for that method of landing? I don't think there has. I think the first manned mission, Apollo 11, was it? I think so. They actually landed the entire capsule. On parachutes, yes, but the entire capsule. I wonder if there actually were earlier plans of doing that. Perhaps not like moon landing, because Apollo 11 was moon landing, but orbital flights and return from orbital flights was actually on personal parachutes. I'll have to look into that, I guess. And she's scared of heights. She might lose consciousness on re-entry. Why would you think that? Okay, right, because they are sending her alone, and they don't know what effects does it have on humans. I was wondering why they're singling her out, but that's because they are planning on sending only her into space, not her and Lev or her and other astronauts. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, now we learn that she has a fear of heights. And we're getting some cute moments of scared Irina and wobbly chibi Irina and blushing chibi Irina. And we're getting some nice character moment here. Let's stop. And we stop by for a glass of carbonated water. Yep. Mineral water carbonated. I love how they use some Cyrillic letter as a stand-in for English letters. I mean, it shouldn't surprise me, it's fairly common, but still funny to see. You can't taste, but sparkling water has texture. And we're getting more cute Irina. Long tongue, Irina. Lemon seltzer. No, she doesn't want any more. And we're getting the pouty face. And she has flashbacks. She really doesn't like heights. But Lev takes care of her, gives her the lemon sparkling water, and she really likes it. We're getting another cute moment with Irina. She really likes lemons. And he's all smug about it, of course. And she's all tsundere about it. And we're getting some, we're getting explanation why Lev. That's because he paid respects to Laika. I'm guessing he refers to Laika as his child. Or was there another attempt at a manned flight and he actually sent his daughter or son? Yeah, I'm guessing it is about Laika, since they mentioned that species is a trivial matter to him. And he was demoted for violence towards a superior officer. Yeah, and we are getting, yeah, an enemy within. Who's it gonna be? I wonder. Now, there was that moment at 11 minutes and some. 11:55 or something like that. No. Or maybe. This. Can you see the pixels? Can you see the pixels here? Because I can. Because I can see the pixels, and actually I'm gonna screenshot it. Because I can see the pixels. And it bugs me. Because it looks like it was drawn in MS Paint. And it persists through this scene, through this animation. I can still see pixels. And now on the left there are no pixels. I wonder if it's actually an anime error, or do I genuinely just have a shitty corrupted file? I think I might just have a shitty corrupted file, because the amount of issues I've had with it is more than I had with any other file ever. Okay, I think that's gonna be it about episode 2 of Tsuki to Nosferatu. Forgive me all the technical issues. The first episode was fine, and all the other releases from subs, please, that I've had were fine, but this file is apparently bad. It's wide, it has some pixelation issues, and at one point, I'm pretty sure subs were fucked up as well. I'll have to look into alternative sources. I I will try to ensure that this doesn't happen again. I'll have to check out Takt of Destiny episode 2 file that I got, because I also got it from subs, please. I'll have to check like the OP or the ED or something that isn't the actual episode, if it's also wide. Weird, weird, weird. Very weird. Could also be my player, I'm guessing, but it's been playing fairly well. Never had any issues with it. Well, I hope your copy that you guys synced up was better than mine. At least that. It was a nice episode. Not much happened yet. I think we are still in the phase of establishing things. We've established that Irina is afraid of heights. We've helped reinforce the fact that she doesn't like humans. We established an antagonist, seemingly, this doctor, the scientist dude, and we've established a new potential antagonist at the very end of this episode who was burning the photo of Irina. I wonder what's that all about. We've also established that vampires, although generally better than humans, it seems, are not always better than them because Lev won the race, the impromptu race. Yeah, we are still just world building. That makes me wonder, is this series perhaps not gonna end with them actually going to the moon? Is it actually gonna be mostly just character building and world building? I have no reference to the source material. I don't know if there is source material. Actually, I'm gonna check it real quick. Uh, Tsuki to Laika on Mal. Let's see. Adaptation Tsuki to Laika to Nosferatu is an actual manga. I'm gonna add it to my plan to read list because why not? Yeah, and that would actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks because all those little sections of this episode they feel like separate chapters of the manga. Okay. Okay. And that really makes me think that we're actually not gonna go into space this episode in this season. Kind of a pity. But on the other hand, it's nice if the manga is still coming out. Is it still coming out? Volumes unknown, chapters unknown. Published December 20th, 2016 to question mark. Oh no, it's a light novel. It's not a manga, it's a light novel. Okay. I mean, what I said still stands. Except it's not chapters of manga, it's chapters of light novel. The question mark makes me think that it's still coming out. So it's gonna be another anime that ends without an actual resolution. Yeah, I guess that's something we're used to by now. And it's already been 54 minutes, and I haven't even checked out the stuff in this episode. I thought it's gonna take like half an hour without me checking out the stuff, but apparently not. Apparently, even just the discussion takes a good half an hour per episode. So, we're gonna end this here. I'm not gonna prolong it anymore. Like this video if you liked my reaction, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Leave a comment down below. Did you like this episode? Did you like my reaction? Did you have technical issues with your file as well? Do you have? Do you know of some version that certainly does not have those issues? I wonder. Did you read the light novel? Was it cool? Comment whatever you wanna comment. Subscribe if you wanna be notified about future releases. And if you really liked what I do, you can support me on Patreon for just $1 a month. That gets you a Discord access. And there are also some other goodies in higher tiers that don't feel pressured to do that. As always, do all the good stuff. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers.